Hello everybody and welcome to the official pilot episode for Quick Rigs. I'm going to make this introduction fairly short so that we can get to the meat of this video relatively quickly, but I do think this new series requires some explanation. Quick Rigs is a new series in which I'll be talking about gaming related topics like new games that get announced, new features for storefronts that I'm excited about, or just game industry fuzz that I'm interested in. These videos are easy to make so that there will probably be lots of them, if it catches on, that is. Now don't worry, I'll still be making regular Glorious Rigby videos in the meantime, it's just that you guys don't have to sit in front of a silent channel while I'll be making them with this new format of videos. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section below. I'm always improving the channel and I would love to hear your feedback on things. Now without further ado, let's get started. Now fans of the channel might remember me uploading a video called the Hyperlight Drifter Experience a while back. It's a video where I kinda sorta reviewed the game Hyperlight Drifter, a Zelda-like slasher developed by Heart Machine and released in 2016. If you haven't watched this video yet, I urge you to watch it. It's some of my best work, even to this day. Now when I made that video, I hadn't completed the game yet. Now some time has passed and I did actually complete it now. I actually completed it yesterday when I was recording footage for this very video. I did not expect that. You're seeing the footage in the background. Don't worry, I won't include any spoilers. What I'm trying to say here is that I should probably make a follow-up video to really conclude my review, and I should do that quickly because Heart Machine's next game, Solar Ash Kingdom, was announced recently and oh man, it looks awesome. Let's take a quick look at the trailer. Now, there are a few notable things about the trailer that I would like to discuss. First of all, it's 3D. No, not stereoscopic 3D, but the game itself takes place in a 3D world. This is a first for Heart Machine as Hyperlight Drifter was fully 2D. A while back, I was looking at the jobs page on the Heart Machine website and I did notice it mentioned it was looking for people that had experience in building stuff for the Unreal Engine, so that already rang some alarm bells in my head. Were they working on a new game? Well, quite obviously so. They're a company and they need to bring out a product every so often or else they won't stay afloat. But what are they making? Well, I think they found the people they were looking for because the game looks gorgeous on a lot of levels. Not only does the art style complement their previous game nicely, it also has the same style of music in it, which is again done by composer Disasterpiece, so he will be brought back. We also get a look at our protagonist. We don't really know much about her, other than that she is a female. This has been confirmed by game director Alex Preston on Twitter. He was supposed to post more details about the character, but hasn't done so yet. Gosh darn it, I wanted to know more. We do get this awesome art though. I quite like the character design, although I think the image actually meant for the character to be upright instead of upside down. Here, let me show you. Doesn't this look super viable too? I wonder what the actual intention here was. Anyway, let's address the elephant in the room here. The game looks super similar in style to Hyperlight Drifter, up to a point where the protagonist even fights the same style of monstrous creatures as in HLD. What's going on here? Does it take place in the same universe or what? Well, according to Preston, yes, it actually does take place in the same universe. However, it's not a sequel to Hyperlight, so it's probably a prequel of some sorts. I wonder if this new protagonist and the magician are related somehow. It's really cool to have the ability to go back to this rich world, and this time in 3D. Can you imagine what stuff will be possible in this new perspective? A whole lot more than the previous game, I'm sure. I'm pretty hyped already, and I will probably get it as soon as I can. Okay, now, there is another elephant in the room here. Yeah, 2 whole elephants in 1 room. That must be a pretty big room. So at the end of the trailer, this image appeared. the Epic Game Store. Okay, I'm not going to go too in-depth into this topic in this video. It probably warrants a whole video on its own, but let me briefly share my opinion on the Epic Game Store and why I have nothing against the fact that Solar Ash Kingdom will be going there instead of Steam. The Epic Game Store only takes a 12% chunk of developers' revenue when the game is published on their store, meaning that the developer gets 88% of the revenue for themselves, which is way better than what Steam promises. Steam takes a whopping 30% cut from the developer's revenue, and on top of that, Epic Games takes a 5% split of the developer's revenue as well if the game uses a real engine, which Solar Ash Kingdom does. So if SA Key would be published on Steam, it would only get 65% of the revenue that it earns. And knowing how bloated Steam is with trashy games, getting discovered on the platform could be a right pain in the ass. So when indie developers decide to put their games on the Epic Game Store, I can totally see why and I agree with their decision. I would have done the same thing. However, I scratch my head when a AAA developer does this. AAA developers don't have any problems in terms of discovery. They have big marketing budgets and resources to make the public aware of their game. Steam also has a way bigger install base and many more features than what the Epic Game Store currently has. So yes, the only reason why AAA developers would go to the Epic Store is because of the larger revenue split. Something that they don't necessarily need in my opinion, they're going to earn big bucks anyway. Alright, I'm gonna have to call it quits here. I can talk about this topic all day, so I may be making a standalone video about this later on. What do you guys think about the game? Are you hyped? Do you not care about this game? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be reading them all. Also, tell me what you think about this new extra format of videos. I still need to be working on the presentation a bit, but I think it's going the right direction. Leave any points of feedback in the comment section below. Join the official Discord server, there we can talk about this stuff all day. Follow me on Twitter too, it's @FarLumi, I post there almost every day. Alright, I gotta go now. I gotta clean my spaceship finally. I have stardust all over my windshields. Yeah, it's that time of the month again. Time to suit up.